Has someone been cutting onions? Because I think I'm going to show you how to draw someone crying today. Hello there, welcome to Totally Amazing, and yes, today I'm going to show you how to draw a tear, or tears. I'm going to show you how to draw someone crying. Also, remember to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button so you can get notified as soon as the next exciting episode of Totally Amazing comes out. Also, remember, stay tuned to the end where you get the awesome word of awesomeness to show how dedicated and clever you are. And we have some bloopers on the end just for a bit of a fun, because it's going to be crying today. So you might need a bit of a laugh at the end. That was so funny. Oh my goodness. So for today, you will need a pencil, a rubber, a marker, some colors. I'm using a skin color, a brown just for hair, eyebrows, and a blue, a light blue or a gray, but I'm going to be using a light blue today. Also, you're going to be needing a white pencil. I know what you're thinking. Who uses a white pencil? You do from now on, because I'm going to show you the little subtle thing to help you using a white pencil. So it actually does have a use. Who knew? Okay, so for this one, I'm going to draw a larger upside down egg so we can see a bit more of the details, because again, we're going in closer. So I'm going to put in my guide again for where the eyes are going to be. Okay, so let's start putting the general facial details. So I'm going to do a eye over here, normal shaped eye. So you're looking at a hexagonal curved shape. Again on this side. And when I say hexagonal, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they're curving as we go along. So that's our eyes. Now I'm going to put in the nose. So a curve up and then back to my cross here. Another C shape over here for the nostril. I'll just put a little bit of a nostril down there and a little one over here too. And now for the mouth, I'm going to actually put in an M shape. So notice I started from the center so I can get it even, but you've got an M shape there. Okay, so they're the core facial details, your eyes, nose, mouth. We know where they are, we know what they're doing. Now let's put in the details to show the actual eyes crying. The eyebrow is actually going to be up here, and it is still going to be sweeping up, because that's the general shape of what the eye looks like when it's crying. So this time it's going to be sweeping up this way. Now what we're going to do is actually going to draw in the eye fold. So it's going to be like a wavy shape. So it's sort of following the shape of the eye and then curving in. Now to follow the actual curve of the eye, because you've got your eye socket, you bring your eye fold up to that master fold. And then what we can do is just add some little finer details around the sides and at the base of the eye. Remember, you've got an eye socket, so you can actually sort of fill that in. Now the actual eye itself, I'm going to draw a wide arching circle, but imagine it going beyond the eye. And then again, I'm going to have a big pupil, or iris, sorry. And I'm going to have a big halo there at the top and at the base on the opposite corner. Same on this side, nice big iris, big pupil, and halo, halo, halo. And on this side, we're going to put in the folds as well. So we're going to have our lead fold, sort of following the shape of the eyebrow. As you can see, we sort of follow the eye curve there, and then the eyebrow there. That's the basic general easy way to figure it out. And then remember your eye socket. So you've got eye fold here, and an eye fold here. I'm just going to define that shape of the jaw a little bit better so you can see where the face is going. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That's what I was looking for there. So I've got my one close to the nose, the eye fold, and the edge of the eye. So 3 little folds helps make it look a little bit more interesting. Okay, now the nose, I'm going to put in a few extra lines on the side, because your nose sort of crinkles up when you're all upset. So I'm going to put little crinkles on the sides here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a hook from the top of the nostril fold down beyond the mouth, like so. So I've gone up and then down beyond the mouth. And the mouth itself, I'm going to start back about halfway between this first part of the M, and then go rather boldly out. So it makes the mouth look like it's quivering. And then I'm going to put a few little lines at the top for the lip. Another little fold down here to help accentuate the quiver, and one at the top as well. Okay, so there's your face ready in the crying position. Now let's add the tear. Now this part, what I want you to do is think of what you're putting down now is the opposite. Every line that you're about to mark down now, you're going to rub out because we want the white to stay. So what you're putting down in gray is going to be white. It'll make sense as we go along. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a line above and below. It's going to be a squiggle like a bubble shape, but it's going to be above that line and below it. Wavy line above and below the bottom of my eye and bring down my tear. Bring that back up. Notice you've got your oval here and it sort of sweeps in to go back up to the tear, its actual self. Same on this side. Nice wavy line. And following the curve of the cheek, I'm going to bring a little bit of a curve down and bring in my tear with a little halo like so. Now all those lines we just drew then are important that they stay white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make them a little bit thicker because we're going to rub all these lines out and we want them to be white after we do our colouring. So all these lines need to be a bit thicker for us to colour a little bit easier. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ink in all the lines that we want to keep in black, but I'm going to leave those lines in pencil that we just did for the tear for that last face. So here we go. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rub out the lines that I don't need for my close-up face, but I'm going to make sure that I leave the lines that I did for the actual tears themselves. Very important at this point. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to colour in our main face, but I'm going to make sure that I leave the actual tears white. So we're not going to colour in those sections. So they're grey now, they're going to be white after I've rubbed them out. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my blue and I'm going to go on the inside of the lines of my tear. I don't want to draw over my actual tear lines themselves because I want them to stay a lot white. Plus I want to make sure to remember the halos of the actual teardrops themselves. I want to keep them white as well. Now the clincher, we actually rub out the lines of our tears. So now as you can see, we've got this lovely white edge around the tear. That's where it actually helps sell the actual water and that's the actual tear. So now what we want to do is we actually want to get our white pencil now and actually just smooth it over the areas to make it sort of blend and make the tear glisten a little bit. More on one side because that's where the light will be. So it's more the side that the halo is on. So just do it around the edges just to make the teardrop glisten a little bit. So you're actually sort of adding white. It's not going to be fully white because you're still going to see the blue underneath, but it's going to just make it blend nicely. And it helps sell the look of a tear, a watery tear on your face. You can even put a little bit in the eye itself as well, just to help make them look a bit more watery. It adds a bit of dimension to the actual tear shape. It makes it look more realistic. So that is the basics on how to draw a tear. So remember, the key thing that you want to do when you want to color it in is you want to make sure the edges are white. It helps sell the look of water and tears coming out of your eye. Makes it glisten, makes it look awesome. Makes it look like a real tear jerker. Speaking of tear jerkers, if you love a good story and you want to read a good story that's basically, oh my God, this book, this story is so beautiful, I can't stop putting it down, it's so awesome, oh my goodness. You want to check out my comic Ant Sprite. There's a link in the description, so go and check it out right now. It's awesome. Speaking of awesome, you're probably sitting there waiting for the secret word of awesomeness. Well, I've already actually said it at the very beginning. The secret word today is onion. Yes, so put onion in the description to let us know how awesome you are and how much of a focused individual you are. You made it this far. Well done, you. Other than that, guys, I hope that's given you some good advice on how to draw your own tears or someone crying, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Draw tears, or a tear. I'm going to show you how to draw crying. Alrighty then. Curve, it's sort of, how shall I put this? I'll leave that in the thingy so you can check it out. That's one for the bloopers right there. Speaking of awesome, you're probably sitting there thinking, or you might not be. More than likely you're not. Other than